Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday's market wrap-up here at TGO, Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and if it's another day in this market, it's another day higher. Market just continues to grind higher, climbing. It doesn't even feel like a wall of worry, especially with volatility getting smashed. First thing you got to do, though, on this beautiful, beautiful Friday afternoon, let me just pull up the VIX real quick. You have to head to, let me pull up the page here, go.topgunoptions.com/FT. That stands for full throttle. Starting this coming Tuesday, was that September 25th at 1 o'clock. We're going to open up the doors to about four of our live training and trading sessions here at Top Gun Options with our industry-leading full throttle training program. Okay, so you need to head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT, and you can actually see the flight schedule of events down here on the left. And just for registering, we're going to throw in a $45 value, the OPCL, the Options Pocket Checklist. Great desktop guide, quick reference guide, just kind of like the PCL, the pocket checklist that I flew in the FA-18 Hornet with, and then obviously our proprietary 7-step trade plan that we're going to go through live next week. Many of you in my 26 years of dealing with retail traders and investors of all skill levels always say, hey, Wiz, I always hear that these folks say, hey, you need a trade plan, and then you ask them for one, and they kind of nod their head and walk away. Not here at TGO. This trade plan was developed over the skies of Iraq and Wall Street, literally, so make sure you take a look at that before we get airborne. I also review the trade plan in this video right here. You have got to watch the Welcome Aboard brief. We usually kick off Full Throttle Week Monday night with a night in brief, and I said, no, not going to waste anyone's time. It's a Welcome Aboard video now. So here's where you watch this Welcome Aboard brief. Watch it today, over the weekend. Make sure you watch it before the primary live trade brief on Tuesday, because I'm going to open the doors to the squadron, and I'm going to treat you like you're a regular member, and we're not going to. I'm not going to do any of this stuff. So head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT replay. That stands for full throttle replay. And by the end of next week, this is going to be full with every session. So if you're sitting here saying, hey, Wiz, I took a look at your flight schedule and I work for a living. 80% of Top Gun Options members work for a living, and they end up watching the replays. Everything's recorded here at TGO. I'm going to record all the full throttle sessions next week and post them on this page. So bookmark this page. All right, let's go ahead and get airborne here. There's stuff going on in the EU, the Brexit, the non-Brexit. Nobody really cares. The China trade war is still going on. A little quietly this week, China started doing what? Dumping U.S. treasuries. That ain't good, folks. That is... they're our banker, man. They own $1.17 trillion in our debt. That's not good. They are tied. I think they're still tied with Japan as the largest foreign investor in what? In us. So guess what, man? When your banker starts dumping you, that's not good, folks. They pick up the phone and call Trump and go, you know what? We want all of our cash back. Here's your worthless paper. What do we do? And the WTO chief this week said, hey, man, the U.S. and China got a lot of ammo to slug this out, and it could escalate. Larry Kudlow earlier in the week, we had a great one-day volatility trade. Actually, it wasn't one day. It was an afternoon as Larry Kudlow spoke. It's Friday. Thanks for the calendar, Wiz. No, it's Friday. Do you even remember what happened Monday in this market? I mean, God almighty, we have the swamp, literally a swamp in D.C., coming completely unglued over 30-plus year allegations. He said, she said. We have the deep state being told by Democrats to ignore a presidential order to declassify, to open up and let us see, turn the lights on in the kitchen. Let the American people see the roaches. And Democrats, no, don't do that. Ignore that order. What the hell are they hiding, folks? I know what they're hiding. It went all the way up to President Obama. When Susan Rice, who creepily lives with Barack and Michelle in their home in D.C., unmasked General Flynn, they were all in on it, guys. We know this. So it's been an incredible week. And what's going on? Wiz, nobody cares. I care. The VIX is almost, did we get below 11 today? Oh my God. This is absolutely insane. We're almost going to break 11. You see a 10 handle on the VIX, you buy this thing with both hands. I am not kidding you, folks. Something is going to happen in the next week, week and a half, 2 weeks to freak this market the hell out. I guarantee you. It's almost like clockwork here, folks, and that's the other reason you need to register for our brief next week, because we're going to talk about trading volatility. The past month we've made, or past month and a half to 2 months, about $30,000 trading volatility, getting long and getting short. You're going to learn a lot of wizisms next week. When volatility is cheap, you buy it. And volatility, you got to buy this thing with both hands. Look at what happened the last time the VIX got smashed below 11. It went all the way up as high as 17. That's a ginormous move in volatility. We rode this thing. We got bullish double vertical, bearish double vertical. We've been having a blast doing this, folks, but this is nuts. VIX down here at 11.15 with what happened also this week. Syrian air defenses shot down a Russian Ilyushin intelligence aircraft, killing 20 Russians. As the Israelis were bombing Syria. The Israelis said they didn't do anything this week. That's because they don't see the Syrian air defenses and Russian air defenses don't see the Israeli jets. The president and Secretary Mattis said, what? You guys do another chemical attack, we'll kill everybody on the air station that came from. We have a trade war going on with China, and they're not giving an inch. Do you remember what Larry Kudlow said earlier in the week? He used Nancy Reagan. He said Nancy Reagan, had a great, cute little saying, just say no to drugs, just say no. Larry Kudlow said China needs to just say yes to something. Kind of like, we'll give a little bit on this. It is going to get uglier before it gets better, folks. And I laughed throughout the week because each headline was what? Stocks go higher, erasing, trade war fears. And I said, next week, you're going to see the market down 300, 400, 500 points and a headline that says what? Stocks implode on renewed trade war fears. I'm pretty sure the writers at the Wall Street Journal just have a Word document with these headlines that they recycle, folks. The market is going to pull back. We still don't have a trade deal with eyebrow up to the north, folks. So you can keep bidding this market higher. I'm cautiously bullish, and I'm going to teach you next week what cautiously bullish means. That ain't some sort of politician where, hey, I'm bullish, but I'm cautious. No, it means I'm bidding this market higher, right? We'll throw on bullish positions. I got one hand on the ejection handle. One eye on the door, man. Somebody's going to yell fire, and this thing's going to pull back. Every one of these rip your face off rallies has been followed by what? Let's take some profits and give some stuff back. If you think that this thing's just going to keep climbing higher, you're a fool. It's not. It's going to take a breather, and I don't know what it's going to take. Iran waking up and saying, you know what, these sanctions suck. We're going to mine the Strait of Hormuz and close off oil to the world. Chemical attack in Syria. China wakes up and says, give us back all of our cash. Here's your treasuries. There's a lot of potential bad out there, guys, but at the same time, there's actually some good. We didn't get... We got a couple misses today, though. What did we? Yes, the services PMI was a miss, but the manufacturing was a beat. There was some green and brown shoots throughout the week. There was weekly unemployment claims this week dropped to a low, a 49-year low. I think I just aged myself, but it's insane. So Dow's up triple digits again today on a Friday. I usually do not see a market going long into a weekend. Why? Because it's a weekend, man, and we're one tweet away from, just massive stupidity. So I'm feeling that this is, right now, it's a little bit of a short squeeze as well. Now the VIX is at 11.11. This thing hits 11, folks. It's, I might look at sending out an urgent alert here. We talked about getting long volatility yesterday in our Analyze Your Trade session, and we did, and I love it. This is almost like shooting fish in a barrel. If you just think volatility is going to stay low forever, if today or this afternoon, Jesus, Ganesh, Buddha, and Muhammad all come back to life and form a band, and there's no volatility ever again in the world, yeah, great, it'll keep going lower. That's not going to happen, folks. I'm telling you, until I'm blue in the face, it's not going to happen. Apple yawn, launches a new iPhone again, and the new watch again. Folks, this has gone from being the Steve Jobs innovating company to just kind of improving what they got. Until they released the iPhone 92 with a teleportation device, this is a yawn stock. We're in Amazon. Amazon's had an interesting week and a half. Jeff Bezos was a complete idiot. I've been bullish on Amazon since this time last year, guys, and it's up triple digits. I told you to get out of Apple, Facebook, Google, Twitter. All these limousine liberal tech stocks are imploding under the weight of their own hubris. And then Jeff Bezos decided to wade into being a limousine liberal CEO, and he paid for it. Literally. So we're climbing a wall of worry. I think the near-death experience with Amazon is over, but don't get in any of that stuff. What happened with Raytheon this week, folks? You can copy and print exactly what I said was going to happen to Raytheon. The Raytheon defense stock ran up on the news of a potential strike against Syria. And if you didn't know we were going to do that, you need to be a member at TGO. I got a lot of buddies still in a big building up to the north, or actually also on staffs around the world. Run up. I said it's going to buy on the rumor, and we're going to sell on the news. We're not going to bomb Syria. Look at this, folks. Absolutely like shooting fish in a barrel. We got some great Raytheon trades on, and we nailed this. Absolutely nailed what Raytheon was going to do, and a nice little recovery today. So we're going to talk about Raytheon next week. We're going to talk about these limousine liberal tech. Look at Google. Google, the same Google who bristled at President Trump saying they're not fair or impartial. Last week, this video came out of the CEO, the CFO, and all the limousine liberal heavies crying because Trump won. Yeah, we're impartial. And then it's the same Google that admitted yesterday it continues to allow apps to scan your email, your Gmail account. I have several Gmail accounts. They read everything that I write, and they do what? They sell the data. Lawmakers had asked company to explain this policy. And we've laughed at all this stuff, folks. Hey, Apple. Apple gives you a trust rating, and it's based on your phone call and email habits. Now the limousine liberal tech companies are going to be rating you. And we all know what else happened this week, that there was that Google employees were busted trying to mess with the search algorithm, easy for me to say, to push bad news about Trump and good news about Democrats, folks. You can't make this shit up. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Facebook to start fact-checking photos and videos. We're hiring 10,000 people to monitor hate speech. Where are you hiring them from? The Bay Area? Oh, super. Can you define hate speech? That's a good question, Senator. I'll get back to you. So you're hiring 10,000 liberals to monitor hate speech, and you can't define it for us? Sell this shit, folks. They suck. They're alienating at least 50% of their customer base. I'm shadow banned on Twitter. God forbid you post anything that shows that you have half a brain, you get banned. I have a very good friend, Drea Vernazza, down here in Fort Lauderdale, 4,000 friends on Facebook, huge social media presence. Always blasting Democrats and pro-Trump. And she's from Brazil, been here 13, 14 years, and she makes me look like a liberal. Booted her off of Facebook, Instagram, deleted her accounts. In the blink of an eye, folks, they can impact your life. I'm a recovering, Republican, folks. I'm a libertarian, and I'm a little mortified that the government would jump in and start regulating this type of stuff. But hey, man, at the end of the day, remember the fair, like PBS, and we have to give equal time to everybody like that. They blazed into this stuff, folks, the Democrats, and now it really is that people have reversed roles. I'd rather a conservative Facebook, Twitter, Google be launched to put these guys out of business. But if that's not going to happen, we're really getting close to the end of days here, man, especially with all this crap going on in D.C. Having Democrats write letters to the head of the FBI, the DOJ, Dan Coates, the director of national intelligence, and saying ignore the president's order it's treason, folks. If they were in the military, I would have ordered them arrested and court-martialed. I mean, what are you talking about? Failure to obey a lawful order, you should be arrested. or you need to resign from your position. And then, of course, another thing finally that you didn't see in the liberal media this week was Project Veritas. Patrick O'Keefe caught a bunch of people on video at the State Department and Homeland Security saying, oh yeah, we're resistance on the inside and we do a bunch of stuff to undermine this administration. In the old days, we used to hang people that did shit like that. And I'm pretty damn sure me with my well-regulated militia is getting close to getting pissed off enough where we're gonna. I'm sharpening my pitchfork, guys. This is not good. So if the economy wasn't good right now, we'd be in a world of hurt. But the economy's doing hitting on all cylinders. So anyway, guys, I gotta go. Go.topgunoptions.com/FT. That's where you need to go to register for. This is free, folks. This is and you're gonna see what some of my my current members had to say when they went to Full Throttle. They're like, what's the catch here, man? What other service opens up the door, show you all the current positions, closed positions, and potentially shows you some trades that could pay for an annual membership with just one trade? We do. That's why we've been here for 8 years, and that's why all the other snake oil or fish oil factories go out of business in a couple months, or they sprout up with a new name. Not us. We've been here for 8 years, and we're going to be here a lot longer. So have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. And I'll see many of you Monday for our weekly options brief as normal. And the rest of you, if you're checking out Full Throttle, I'll see you Tuesday at 1 o'clock.